A little piece of iron. Dog likes the holes. What's up, guys? Matt Hospital, the prospecting geologist here, and in today's video we are going to kind of be showing East Coast nugget shooting on one of the, what was this, club claim property. And also I just want to give some general tips, tricks, and recommendations for East Coast nugget shooting, since it's a almost never talked about topic in most places, and you'll rarely see anybody successful at it because it has its own, it's far different than other areas of the country or world to nugget shoot with a metal detector. But basic start off here in the video. Right now, this area that you're seeing on this LiDAR map is the general area we were metal detecting. And I chose it because if you see these green dots, these are exploration trenches that would have been dug perpendicular to the strike of a vein that they were trying to find. So the thought would be is that there's a vein that passes somewhere through here that they were looking for, and you have this nice hillside here. So the thought would be is that this vein may have shed eluvial gold rolling down this hillside. So we were hunting around in here, and in one of the clips and stuff, I point out one of these mining trenches. I think it might have been this one right here. But that's why we were detecting this general area. We did not get to cover that much ground that day. But generally, the ground seemed conducive towards the possibility of it. And that's one thing when you're walking through the woods of the East Coast gold fields, the way the ground feels under your feet can have a large part in determining if it's good ground or not. Generally, you want to feel solid material under your feet with the potential of feeling some rocks there and stuff. If you're walking on like really loamy, soft stuff, while there may be gold, it's potentially and probably too deep for your detector pickup, since you're now probably sitting on like maybe 6 inches to a foot or more of leaf matter, topsoil, roots, and other things. Generally in these ones, in this area, it looked like we had about maybe 3 or 4 inches of topsoil with some leaves on top, which is already limiting your depth a good bit for picking up smaller nuggets. But under that, I mean, you can definitely feel rock, and as you'll see in the video, I mean, as I'm digging some of these holes, I'm hitting quartz that's coming up out of the ground and everything. So that's one of the things you want to look for, is just the way the ground feels under your feet as you're walking around and as you dig some targets. If it's all like really soft, sandy, loamy stuff, it's probably not going to have a good chance of having gold in it. Any of the places where I have found gold with a metal detector up on hillsides and dry land has generally been rocky, a lot of quartz cobble, and hard pan type material, not very soft. So that's something to think about when you're out there metal detecting East Coast gold fields outside of waterways. And you want to try and get as close to known potential sources and veins as you possibly can that preferably would have a history of producing some larger gold. And I know this area, while generally the documents give limited reference to larger gold, I know there has been some found here, including nuggets found up to a couple pennyweights. So it's potentially there. It's just, this is also like a massive 600-acre property. And as you'll see, the other thing that you have problems with in the southeast coast Piedmont area that we're in is roots. Horrible. They suck. And generally your best targets seem to be right under the biggest frickin' root that you have to chop through. So roots, leaf matter, topsoil, vegetation just everywhere. It covers everything up. You can't see anything. Those are two big hurdles for metal detecting the East Coast gold regions. And it's part of the reason why I believe VLFs struggle more so to find stuff, because they lack the general depth punch that a pulse induction does to get through that initial leaf material, topsoil, roots, and everything else before you get to what could be the good ground underneath. You're already starting with a limited amount. So the pulse inductions generally seem to be the ones that pull more gold out of the hillsides. Hunting stream channels themselves is a bit different, and that'll be a subject of a later video. But that's more so where the VLFs do well on the East Coast for nugget shooting. But yeah, that's the general thought process with this outing and everything. So we'll get into it. Yeah, let's get into it. Prospecting. We're going to be out here in Virginia doing some nugget hunting today. Got the GPX 4800 out. The Minelab Gold Monster, probably not going to use that one today, and then my buddy's going to be swinging the Equinox 800. Searching for gold, not in creeks, but actually up on the hillsides along where the vein trends should be. So we'll see what we can find. We got the whole kit loaded out, kind of. We got little nugget scoop, rock hammer, pinpointer, stuff to put garbage in. You know, the normal stuff. I need a better metal detector pick, though. But that'll have to do for now. Once my buddy gets here, we'll get everything started and get the big Minelab fired up in the right settings and see what we can find today. Faint signal. A little louder now. Well, we'll chuck that one up the hot ground. Tracking seems to be tracking it out, and I can't pinpoint any specific target. The pile of dirt just seems hot itself, so hot ground. Oh well. Fill in the hole. So we got more hot ground. Had a nice faint target. It seemed to get a little louder as we dug down, but now I can't pinpoint it. And in normal, it gives a response, but when I switch over to enhance, it doesn't, no response. And tracking, it gets fainter. I think it's more hot ground, which can be a good sign. Might be gold in the area still. So, we'll get up with the next target. Louder target, probably. Just go out and move your fuzzy butt.
Probably trash. Probably trash. Given how loud it is, but gotta dig it. Definitely trash since it's now gone. Piece of lead. Hey Odin, you're in the way. Puppy gets in the way a lot. Got a decent target here in good rocky ground, so it's still in the hole. Nice rocky ground, good looking stuff. So, let's see, hopefully it's gold. It's out of the hole now. Out of the hole. Little chunk of iron. In good ground though, but yeah, it's iron it looks like. Maybe a piece of barbed wire. This right here is a trench that the old timers dug along this vein trend, either searching for it or pinpointing where it was exactly. So we were detecting kind of along and downhill of it in hopes of what would it be, residual gold coming off the vein and going down the hill towards the creek. So one of the trenches, there's multiples. We'll stay downhill of it or on it, but yep, that's what we're looking for. Well, we're kind of a little early today. Fiance stepped on a ground bee nest and got stung a couple times, so we're gonna take it a little easy now. Hopefully she doesn't know if she's allergic or not, so we'll see. But she's okay right now. Here's today's find. Some big chunks of iron, some lead. Well, that was a little interesting chain bit right there. But yeah, square nail pieces, random chunks, some lead. And really barely covered any ground. That vein trend is interesting. We will detect more of it at some point here, but not today. GPX did well. I think I was running in. Let's see what I was running in actually. It's a 4800. Gain was 10. Audio normal. Okay. Audio tone 50. Stabilizer 5. Signal 15. Target volume 8. And we're in normal. Motion slow. She was pretty stable. Still hit hot patches of ground just due to running in normal, but I consider that a good sign. But